Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Guys, I have a mic again. If you're new here, hi, I'm Valia. I'm an author. I write cozy fantasy romances and witchy rom-coms and a whole bunch of other books that I can link below. But this is kind of a wrap-up of the last 2 weeks for me because I did not do a vlog last week. And I feel like you can see a pattern here because I also did this a couple of weeks back when I was very deeply in the drafting cave, where I just kind of forget that anything else exists and I just write and work on my book and just, yeah, do nothing else. So, what I'm gonna do is just take the last 2 weeks of clips, put them in here. We're gonna have a good time kind of doing a little highlight reel of the last 2 weeks, and then we're gonna talk about my book. I am trying to figure out if I want to keep this kind of a format for my vlogging or if I want to do more of what I did a couple of weeks ago, I think, where it was just in the day and I didn't really have like an official introduction and ending for the vlog. But I do kind of enjoy this because I like the structure of it, but I don't know. We're going to figure out. Let me know if you want more of in the moment vlogging or if you like this kind of more structured so you can listen to me talk about books and then skip all the clips and then have, a conclusion at the end. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see about it. But I'm excited to have a mic again because I feel like the noise from the recording and just the house and everything has just been annoying me. So I'm sure it's been annoying you. But I do have a little mic now, so I'm all official. But yeah, let's go ahead and do kind of a highlight reel of the last couple of weeks and then talk about my book on the other end. So, yeah, that is the last 2 weeks of kind of my writing world, my writing situation. I am definitely not where I want to be with this book, but I feel like every single vlog that I do about my writing is kind of like that because that is just the reality of an author, especially someone who does this as a full time job. There's just days where you feel so burnt out that you can't write. And it does get very frustrating when you're on a deadline and you do really have to work through that aspect. And it's kind of hard because you want the inspiration, but you often work without inspiration because it is your job and you need to make sure that those words are on the paper. But even through those days, I have a lot of just woe is me, I will never write another good book moments, just like everybody else. But I will say that even through all of that, I still love my job so much. I am so incredibly grateful that I get to do this as a career, and every single person that has ever read my books have made this possible, and it's amazing, and it still amazes me to this day. And yeah, I'm getting a little sappy, I'm sorry, but that is where we're at today. The updates on my book, basically, the Cozy Fantasy Rom-Com is done and it is with my betas. I had one beta already finished reading it. She said she loved it. I'm sure she's gonna have a bazillion notes for me as well, because that is just how my brain works and how I write my books best. It's just kind of getting that first draft out and getting it just all on paper and then fixing it on the other end. And the beta feedback that I get from my author besties is the best because they know exactly who I am as a writer and what needs to be fixed, what doesn't need to be fixed. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the feedback. I will say, because I have finally figured out how I write my books that works for me, I look forward to the beta feedback now. I used to not be the person that enjoyed editing. I really was more of like a first draft girly, liking getting all of it on paper, but now I enjoy the edits that I do after I get the beta feedback. So I am really looking forward to getting those back. The other side of the coin is the Hex 2, which the title for that has been released. It is The Art of Hexing the Enemy, and I am so excited about this book. I'm over the moon about it because I love Edinburgh and I loved living there and just being back in the story and in this world with the girls. It's kind of like traveling back to Edinburgh, even though I can't go this year. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it while I'm also struggling a lot with it. The thing with this book is it is book 2 in a series of standalones, but the first book has a really good, solid setup of what the girls are, like what's happening, the magic, like everything that happened. And with the second book, I also need to give that information to the readers who will be coming into this series in book 2 because they are standalone that you should be able to read them in any order. But that does kind of leave me in that space where I need to give enough of the previous information without overloading kind of the reader who has read that book, but also enough that a new reader gets all the information that they need. So I will say that I'm having a little bit of an issue with that just because I feel like that's just normal. I just don't want to overstate things that I have already previously said, but I do need to state some of this again. So I do have a similar experience with writing standalone set in the same world when it comes to the fairy tale retellings, but those books are just, they're a little bit more set apart, I would say, because you don't have the princess from the previous book actively in this, the following book. So even though I'm kind of introducing the world again, I don't have to rehash a lot of like the relationships from the previous book. So with this, because it is a follow-up and it is the same friend group, it's just a different beast, and it definitely is interesting and frustrating at the same time. I do enjoy this friend group so much, though. The girls are just, yeah, they're the perfect friend group, and just all the other people that they get to meet in Edinburgh is just, yeah, it's been a lot of fun being back with it while it's been a lot of work, like I said. But every book is a lot of work in a different way. I think every single book teaches me something different about myself as a writer, as a person, and this book is once again pushing those like different aspects of my writing. So yeah, I'm excited to get, going with it a little bit more. My plan for this week, and I will see how much of it I could actually get accomplished. But I want to write about 10 chapters, which is like 20,000 words, I think, if I'm going based on the chapters I have already written. So we're gonna see how well I do. I will do a little bit more of vlogging like throughout the week, I think, of just like my writing process, because I've said this previously, I really enjoy this kind of vlogs for me, but I'm also still kind of just trying to figure out like the format that I enjoy the most for these. So we will see what I end up doing this week. I think that would be all for me. If you guys have any questions, let me know. As usual, I am always around to answer questions, especially when it comes to writing. And if you like this type of content, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm enjoying sharing my writing journey with everybody. And I know I don't have like a million subscribers or anything like that, but this has been so much fun for me. So to every single person who is here, thank you so much for watching this video. And yeah, like, subscribe, follow me on socials. I will be back next week with probably a longer video and a little bit more of like the writing process, but we'll see. Anyway, I think that will be all for now. Bye.